Hi guys. So tonight is leftover night. Leftover night is one of my favorite nights of the week to cook dinner because I'm not actually cooking dinner. I'm just reheating leftovers. And it's a win-win for me, especially on a Sunday night when kids gotta get ready for this week, kids gotta get their school stuff together. Yes, my kids are still in school. We only have 2 more weeks left. So Sunday night is a perfect night for leftover and save your time, the stress. Take Sunday, rest, relax, enjoy the day, get ready for the week, and start off with a good night of less stress in the kitchen with some leftovers. So I'm going to show you what I am feeding my family tonight and my leftovers and my tips and tricks for reheating the right foods, because if you put some foods in the microwave, they're going to get too rubbery. Or if you put some foods in the oven, when they're not supposed to be in the oven, they're not going to turn out right. So for leftovers, there is a little trick and tip to making the right food, reheating the right foods the right way. So I'm going to show you what I do and my tips for the perfect leftover dinner slash lunch. So I got a couple of different things here. Obviously, I have a pot of leftover pasta from lunch. I just left it in the pot because there was so much leftover. I'm not going to spare a container, plus my fridge is kind of full because of leftovers. So I just reheated the pot of pasta on my stove, put a little water in the bottom, put a little oil in, and let it cook it on low till it's reheated, and you get reheated leftover pasta. All right. So in my Snackle box, which is on sale, guys, this month at Pampered Chef, I have some leftover chicken salad, some pretzels, and some crackers. Obviously, this does not get reheated, so I'm just going to leave it as is, put it on the table, and bam, my dinner is ready because I made the chicken salad. It's super good. I used our lemon pepper seasoning with some shredded chicken. Amazing. With some mayo. Perfect chicken salad all the way. And then next we have a burger, some steak tips that are marinated. So these are in a sauce. And that is key for reheating after. Some grilled potatoes from lunch, a leftover burger, just a random burger, and some pizza. So pizza you can do depending on how you like it. You can do it, reheat it on the grill. You can reheat it in the microwave. If you do it in the microwave, you want it like 30 seconds, no more for one slice. We do it longer, it's going to get rubby, burnt, whatever. If you like it reheated and crispy, air fryer or the oven. Okay, burger, same thing for oven. You can reheat it in the pan, but it might get a little charred and overdone. Potatoes, same thing, on oven. If you have something that's soft, like stir fry, these marinade meat, I would prefer them on the stove because that sauce, if you reheat that sauce, it's just going to burn. It's not going to taste right. But if it's a soft meal, like these steak tips, honestly, grab a frying pan, just throw it in a frying pan. Let that sauce do the cooking, so the sauce will warm up and warm up the meat. And that sauce will also help keep that meat nice and tender. So I'm going to grab my pans, and I'm going to show you guys how I'm going to reheat these. Alright, so my number one new favorite appliance for leftovers is my brand new, is my air fryer from Pampered Chef. Not only does it reheat leftovers and has custom settings, guys, it does a little bit of everything. I'm going to grab my pizza pan that came with my air fryer, and we're going to go ahead and spread out the pizza right on top of the pan. You can use foil in the new air fryer from Pampered Chef, in this air fryer if you wanted to, but I'm not going to bother. So we got almost like I feel like almost the whole pizza here. So we'll go ahead and get that on our pan. We're not starting the air fryer yet, because the heat doesn't require necessarily any crazy settings. So I'm not going to worry about that. In the pan, what's nice about the air fryer is that you can sync it, so that if you're doing two different dishes like this, you can have them done at the same time and save time. Right? No more guessing, no more food getting cold, whatever. Alright. So I have my burger and my potatoes, and I'm going to throw them in the air fryer. Oh. For what? So here's the air fryer, guys. Oh, let me rotate my screen so you guys can see it. Awesome. Oh, why is it not rotating? There we go. Alright, so here's the air fryer from Pampered Chef. It's a double oven, double door. It's like a mini oven for your countertop. I love it because it saves my back, especially if I'm having some back pain, whatever. But we have custom settings. So on the bottom, we have heat and crisp, dehydrate, reheat, keep warm, custom air fry, bake, so forth. And then on the top, when you click that, we also have a reheat setting and so forth. So obviously, we're going to use the reheat setting. There's also a pizza setting for frozen pizzas and stuff like that. But we're just going to do the reheat. And it's automatic customly set at 350 for 5 minutes. And we'll go ahead and do the pizza on the top. I know mine's kind of messy. I gotta do a good clean of it. And for the bot, and so what we're gonna do is we're gonna do sink. And then we're just gonna do, I think, we're gonna do the reheat as well. Again, 350. That one's at 10 minutes. I think we can do that closer to 7. We're going to hit that. And then we're going to go back to the top and reheat this. The pizza, 350. And again, we're going to do 7 just to be safe. Alright, and then it starts right away. So you want to try and kind of get your food in at the same time. There you go. Your food is getting reheated. Barely any touch of a finger, guys. Super easy. Okay. Now for the steak tips, like I said, we're going to go ahead and grab a frying pan. Just bear with me while I get that out. There's my pasta on the stove there, reheating as well. I'll give that a quick stir, add a little oil in that in a moment. Let's get these steak tips fried. Alright, like I said, these steak tips are marinated already. So we're just going to be reheating these. These are super good as well. I was like super proud of myself for grilling steak tips. Yeah. So we're going to let the pan reheat a little bit before I put that in. But we'll go ahead and put some oil in here. I'm going to turn this down on low so the pasta on the bottom doesn't burn. Using my olive oil in my oil and vinegar dispenser. Grab a wooden spoon, works best I think for pasta. And just give that a quick stir. And honestly, pasta does not take very long to heat up. So I think we're good. I'm just going to kind of scrape the bottom a little bit because some of this did stick to the bottom. If you know you're going to reheat your pasta, leave a little bit of water in the bottom of it. So it doesn't dry out, especially if you're going to reuse it the same day. Yeah. Alright. So our pan is slowly heating up. My pasta is all ready to go. Super easy and super simple. I'm going to go ahead and pour these on in here. Now remember, these were grilled. So grilled foods taste best when they're either refried, or put it in the oven to reheat. I could have easily put them in the air fryer, but I chose not to. But I think I ate like 5 of these at lunchtime because they were so good. So, yeah, that's it, guys. That's all we have. Leftover dinner is a win tonight in my household, and it can be a win for you, too. Thanks for watching.